Economic signals, geographic dispersion. All right, let's see what they had to say about that. And then we got to get on to atoms for peace. All right. They had this notion that if you put the fissile production plants, the breeders, the heavy water reactors, the reprocessing and enrichment plants geographically equally around the world, that this would afford an opportunity because if anyone seized one of the plants, they would be there would be a dramatic signal that a substantial period of time for other nations to take all possible measures of defense. Of course, what they were thinking is that if this happened, the world would go to war against that other nation. It was crude. I'm not sure if it's practical, but that was the idea. And they would be able to gin up their machines wherever they were closest. The nuclear authority, atomic authority, would be able to mobilize the rest of the world to use the facilities that were under International Atomic Energy Authority control to make, if necessary, bombs to deter the others. But more important, you would just go to war. You wouldn't even wait for that. Next slide. At least that's what they thought. I don't know how practical that was. More important, the Baruch, Mr. Baruch didn't think it was practical. Then they also had an idea about when and where you should build power plants for countries, because those would be determined by the authority, even though they'd be owned by states. And they had a pretty clever idea, and that would be to make the decisions using more conventional economic standards, they said. They should be located on the basis of competitive bids among interested nations. On such a basis, countries with ample power resources in water, coal, or oil would limit their bids to those warranted by the cost of alternative sources. Well, I mean, they understood that one way to limit the spread horizontally of capabilities that might be of concern, but more important, not to waste money, you competed with non-nuclear alternatives. That strikes me as a really good idea. I don't know how well we're doing there either. We'll find that out when we talk about economics of electricity production. I think all the world's governments love subsidizing their favorites, and each country has different favorites, and they subsidize it in different ways, including nuclear. In any case, they didn't think that was such a good idea. Next slide.